Good morning, my friends. My name is Lama Jigme. I am the non-sectarian Buddhist monk, teacher, healer, and preacher. Today we're going to explore the first bit, come on camera, please focus, the first bit of the introduction. Allow me to read to you. Meditation is observing how mind's attention moves, anicca, moment to moment, in order to see clearly and precisely how the anatta impersonal process of praticca sampada, dependent origination, occurs. Well, that's a bit confusing. That's a very long sentence with a whole bunch of Pali terms. What's Pali? Pali is now a dead language. At one time was the vernacular in northeast India, in Buddha's old stomping grounds. It's the language with which the holy texts are written for the Theravada sect of Buddhism, popular in South Asia. I'm going to read that portion again without the Pali. Meditation is observing how mind's attention moves, moment to moment, in order to see clearly and precisely how the impersonal process of dependent origination occurs. So, it's been said that Buddha's wisdom teachings have many pillars. There's the two-pillar system, the three-pillar system, and the four-pillar system. The four-pillar system is suffering, interdependence, let me see this better. Suffering, interdependence, impermanence, and not self. Three of those pillars are mentioned in that first text, which makes it a very full of lots of rich ideas, but a little bit confusing. So let me see if I can't break this on down for you. Buddhism is not Taoism. Buddhism is not Hinduism. There's nothing wrong with Hinduism or Taoism, but they're different paths with different premises that take you with different techniques, which take you to different goals. Nothing wrong with that. The problem is that many people use what I call lazy-minded theology and say all paths lead to the same goal. And they just mix things, and it's very confusing for them. If you mix things without knowing you're mixing things, it can be confusing. So let's make it simple. In Hinduism, one of the thoughts is let's jump back. In contemporary Taoism, one of the teachings is ping, go into no thought. Your mind can be likened to the sight and sound of an empty field, of a lonely cricket in an empty field. That's not what Buddha taught. Hinduism teaches, listen, you have to pick an object of concentration. It can be auditory, it can be visual, it can be conceptual, it can be emotional, whatever it is. Focus on that to the exclusion of everything else. That's not what Buddha taught. Buddha said, listen, the mind's nature is to move. Sometimes it's peaceful, sometimes it's playful. Don't fight the nature of mind. You see, folks, we either fight the nature of mind, we can indulge the nature of mind, or we can harness the nature of mind. Let me give you an illustration. What does it mean to fight the nature of mind? A thought comes up and we push it down, all the way down. That doesn't end well. What's another extreme? Indulging the nature of mind. Mind has a thought, and we run with it. We're meditating, we think about our shopping list, and before we know it, we are automatically getting up, grabbing our keys, and going to the market. Nothing wrong with going to the market, but it can interrupt your meditation session. So, we neither want to repress our thoughts nor indulge our thoughts. What we want to do is find a way to be aware of what's going on, and use that awareness of the mind's spontaneous activity to benefit us. One of the illusions of Buddhism is the path of the scholar, which says what you must do is intellectually understand complex subjects. That will make you a Buddha. No, that'll make you rather educated, but that won't make you Buddha. See, here's the thing. If we complicate Buddha's teachings, it might make us feel smart, but it won't make us enlightened. Buddha's teachings were fairly simple. The subtle nature of suffering, not getting what we want when we want it, it's pretty self-obvious. Look at a baby crying. Why are they crying? Because they're not getting what they want when they want it. Or B, they're not allowed to keep what they want for as long as they want to. Or C, they're doing something they don't want, like a soiled nappy. No one wants a soiled nappy. So suffering is self-evident. It doesn't require a great intellectual ascension. It's obvious. Let's take another truth. Interdependence. This affects that. That affects this. That affects me. I affect that. We live in an interdependent universe. A kid playing with the shadow with his hand in the shadow will notice interdependence. It's self-evident. Change is self-evident. With the passing of the seasons, we see the impermanence of the year. With the waxing and the waning of the moon, we see the impermanence of a month. With the rising and the setting of the sun, we see the impermanence of a day. With the swelling and sinking of our chest, we see the impermanence of a breath. Ever-changing one and all, there is nothing permanent to grasp. These things are self-evident, not self. This is awesome, this little remote wireless mouse. I love my remote wireless mouse, but it's not me. This is a cool piece of paper with interesting text on it, but it's not me. And exploring how things might not be me is self-evident. You, over there, aren't me. My toenail that I clipped last night with the toenail clipper, not me. This thing we call me is subject to interdependence. It is not separate. This thing we call me is subject to change. It is not permanent. It's self-evident. We, whatever we call we, is always changing. We, whatever we call we, is always being affected by inside, outside, past, present, and past and present causes. Everything affects everything, all the time. And so the quick path to becoming a fully enlightened Buddha in 7 years, or 7 months, or 7 weeks, or even a fortnight, is to use a method that allows us to realize these self-evident truths, not necessarily intellectually, but viscerally, where we live, in our belly. That's the hidden teaching latent in the ancient text, the Satipatthana Sutta, Buddha's core discourse. The Anapanasati Sutta, Satipatthana Sutta, and Mahasanipatthana Sutta are the same text, just in concise, middling, and extensive aspects. Buddha's numerous teachings on karuna, compassion, or metta, loving kindness, same idea. We're going to see it's the simplification of Buddha's path. It's where the power is to transform people around. Because suffering sucks, and we don't want to take our own sweet time. Well, I think that's an excellent explanation of the first sentence. And I'm going to read it to you once again. Meditation is observing how mind's attention moves, moment to moment, in order to see clearly and precisely how the anatta, impersonal process of patitsa pada, dependent origination, occurs. Now, what I recommend to all my students is they take 1 to 3 minutes to chant a bit of text before they meditate. Let's do that right now. We're going to use the triplet chant. How does that work? Triplet has 3 notes, repeated twice, followed by 1 note for the length of 2 lines. Now, I invite you to use this text that you can download for free off the website using the links below this video. Below this video. There you go. So, here's the chanting. Meditation is observing how one's attention moves and needs from moment to moment in order to see clearly and precisely how the anatta impersonal process of Samupata dependent origination occurs. Easy, even I can do. You can stumble over the text. That's just fine. May you and yours be healthy and happy. Of course, if you're interested in participating in the next series of weekly classes, whether online on Skype or in person in the greater Los Angeles area, you register using the lamajigme.com link below. If you have any comments, questions, or just want to give me a cyber hug, use the Facebook link below. May you and yours be healthy and happy. Om Namo Buddhaya. Bye-bye now.